Welcome to the Livability 2050 Public Workshop. This is the first round of public meetings for the update to the Regional Transportation Plan, hosted by the Memphis Urban Area Metropolitan Planning Organization. Thank you for coming. Your input is an important part of the planning process. At today's meeting, we will provide a brief overview of the Memphis MPO, present the Livability 2050 Plan development process, gather your input, provide information on how to stay involved, and discuss next steps. Let's start by answering, what is Livability 2050? Livability 2050 is the Greater Memphis Region's transportation plan, covering all of Shelby County and a portion of Fayette County in Tennessee, and all of DeSoto County and a portion of Marshall County in Mississippi. This represents the planning area of the Memphis Metropolitan Planning Organization, or the Memphis MPO. The Memphis MPO is the transportation policy-making and planning body that provides a regional outlook for the transportation planning process. The plan will help identify long-range transportation goals and short-range investment strategies across all modes of transportation, including cars, transit, freight, and walking and biking, among others. The plan will consider transportation infrastructure improvements all the way through the year 2050. However, as conditions change, this plan must be updated. Livability 2050 is an update to Livability 2040. So, why do we need to update Livability 2040? At a minimum, federal law requires the Regional Transportation Plan to be updated every 4 years. When Livability 2040 was adopted in 2016, new transportation legislation had just been introduced at the federal level. This new legislation is called the FAST Act. Under the FAST Act, there are new planning themes as well as new requirements for identifying planning performance measures. The Memphis region has also seen some changes since 2016, ranging from new growth and development to updated planning efforts. We also have the opportunity to consider emerging trends such as connected and autonomous vehicles or shared ride services like Uber or Lyft. So let's take a moment to talk more about the Livability 2050 Regional Transportation Plan update. The major elements of the planning process for Livability 2050 are engagement, data collection, recommendations development, and documentation. Let's start with engagement. Engagement is what we are doing here today. Events like this public workshop will help identify needs and deficiencies, establish a vision for the region's transportation system, recommend specific projects and strategies, and create an action plan for implementation. Data collection is the more quantitative side of things. We will be able to leverage information from the Livability 2040 plan, plus gather information from ongoing and recently completed planning efforts like the region's freight plan and continuing bicycle and pedestrian initiatives. Then comes the important part. We'll combine the data collected and the input received throughout the planning process to develop a plan that is reflective of the region's needs and wants. The initial stages of the planning process kicked off in October 2017, followed by the launch of the Livability 2050 videos and the first round of public workshops. A second round of public workshops will be held this fall to present and review the draft findings, followed by a third round of workshops in the summer of 2019 to present the draft plan. Public engagement will happen throughout the planning process, leading up to the adoption of the Livability 2050 Regional Transportation Plan in September 2019. Thanks for coming out today to learn more about Livability 2050. We will be holding meetings in 7 different locations around the region this week. Please pick up a postcard at the door and encourage your family, friends, and coworkers to participate. We've also launched an online survey as another means for people to give us their feedback. The survey is located online at livability2050.metroquest.com. You can help by participating in this 5 to 10 minute online survey and encouraging others to participate by sending this survey link to friends or sharing it on social media. Thank you for attending the first round of workshops for the Livability 2050 Regional Transportation Plan. The information you provide both today and through the online survey will help us understand what's important to you. Please continue to stay involved by frequenting the Memphis MPO's website for updates throughout the development of this plan. We look forward to hearing your input and recommendations for our region's transportation future.